Air pollution in Shanghai, a study on its causes, effects, and ways people cope with it. Genesis 1:28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. It has been millions of years that had already passed since we were told to be fruitful and multiply, and man has come a long way when it comes to fulfilling that law. According to worldometers.com, the world population has already reached 7 billion, and on top of that list is China. Its population as of this writing is already 1,387,265,762. That's a lot of people, and most of them are breathing polluted air. Air pollution, according to stats.oecd.org, is the presence of contaminant or pollutant substances in the air that do not disperse properly and that interfere with human health or welfare or produce other environmental effects. Two of the most popular stories in the history that tells us about how harmful it can be would be the London smog that took place in 1952 and the downwinders of the United States. The London smog is also known as the Great Smog of 1952. During the 4-day incident in December of 1952, winter time, the residents of London, England burned more coal to keep warm. Smoke and other pollutants became trapped by a thick fog that settled over the city. The polluted fog became so thick that people could only see a few meters in front of them. The other incident took place during the 1950s when the United States conducted tests of nuclear weapons at the Nevada site in southern Nevada in the 1950s. National Geographic recalled the incident with these words. These tests sent invisible radioactive particles into the atmosphere. These air pollution particles traveled with wind currents, eventually falling to Earth, sometimes hundreds of miles away, in states including Idaho, Utah, Arizona, and Washington. These areas were considered to be downwind from the Nevada test site. Decades later, people living in those downwind areas called downwinders began developing cancer at above normal rates. In 1990, the U.S. government passed the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. This law entitles some downwinders to payments of $50,000. These two stories are just fine examples of what could happen when air pollution is set aside. As China's economy grows, it seems like another factor it can't stop growing is its air pollution. The 2017 winter has brought many people from this country worrying about the future of China. From strong and fastest growing economy to outdoor and indoor pollution, China seems to prove once again that they have them all. But in reality, this problem is not an isolated one since many countries, especially in the capital area, are also suffering from air pollution. This study aims to find out the causes and effects of air pollution in one of China's first-tier city, Shanghai. Last year, Premier Li Keqiang cited targets to improve environmental standards across the board, but focused in particular on measures to tackle urban smog that would deliver good air quality day readings for 80% of the year. These targets are part of the forthcoming 13th Five-Year Plan, a policy blueprint that will shape China's economic development over the next 5 years up to 2021. As locals and experts wait for this plan to take shape, they still need to face the dreaded problem of air pollution. So what are the causes and effects of air pollution in Shanghai, and how do people cope with it? At the end of this research, this paper should be able to gather data about the AQI in Shanghai for the next 6 months, starting from the month of July to December 2017. Determine the major causes and effects of the air pollution in Shanghai, China. Gather and disseminate information that can help the people cope with the problem while the country is trying to find a solution to its air pollution problem. Share information about the government's plan on how to reduce or eliminate air pollution in the city of Shanghai. Although there have already been countless of papers written and published regarding air pollution, tackling its causes and effects, I still believe that this study will benefit many organizations, groups, and people, not only in China, but also from other countries who are experiencing the same problem. After all, air pollution is a serious problem that is needed to be taken seriously by everyone, and people could always use helpful information regarding it, whether it came from an old or new study. With the advancement in communication, it has never been much easier to disseminate important information to the masses up to now. The results from this study will not only benefit the people from Shanghai, but also other countries which have some cities that are also suffering from air pollution. The theoretical framework of this study is derived from Gary W. Evans of Cornell University, USA, and Sheldon Cohen of Carnegie Mellon University from Pennsylvania, which states that there are four categories of the adaptive costs of coping with poor environmental quality that have psychological consequences. These categories are cumulative fatigue, learned helplessness, physiological mobilization, and overgeneralization. For this study, I will be using the quantitative research to gather the information I need on how people in Shanghai cope with the air pollution problem. I will be sending out a survey questionnaire via email or other communication platform available such as WeChat, QQ, WhatsApp, and others to reach out to the respondents. Both expats and locals can participate in the survey.